The Book of Boba Fett Chapter 3 is now out on Disney+, and I gotta say that after watching it and really comparing it to Chapter 1 and 2, you can really see how this series is actually escalating, with each and every episode just getting better and better, and now fans around the world are already really preparing for Chapter 4 to release by this upcoming Wednesday. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting phase of Star Wars, given that we are approaching the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series marketing run, as well as the Mandalorian Season 3, and that's coming to a close with principal photography before they head into post-production. There's a lot of things that are happening at the same exact time, including the Ahsoka Tano series with Rosario Dawson already beginning to train for her role and returning into that character again. And we also have a lot of problems going on with the Acolyte TV series by Kathleen Kennedy and Leslie Headland. We've been talking about that for quite a while now. But one thing in particular that really has the fans very engaged and very excited is exactly what kind of surprises both Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and George Lucas have in store for these new Star Wars installments, be it TV shows or movies, whatever it may be. The TV shows right now is where it's at. Basically, they are creating these big, avenues for Star Wars to really kind of branch out to new experiences and new locations that we have never seen in the Star Wars world. Now, on top of all of this, what's even all the more intriguing, alright, has everything to do with what Jon Favreau recently had to say about what he's currently planning with, Dave Filoni on a lot of different revelations coming our way, a lot of different twists and turns coming our way for Star Wars, and more. So, beyond all of this, now that both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are finished with the Book of Boba Fett, they are focused on Mando Season 3 and the Ahsoka Tano TV series for Disney+, and exactly how that's going to take Star Wars in a brand new direction with tons of new twists and turns to occur in those projects. However, it's described that in a recent interview with Jon Favreau, he went on to discuss about developing what is going to be the biggest twist in Star Wars history for The Mandalorian Season 3 that debuts later this year. Jon Favreau went on to reveal and say, "Myself and Filoni are doing great things, amazing things with The Mandalorian Season 3, that we believe are really going to blow the fans away. We really wanted to focus on what kind of big twist and turn can we do that will have a big moment for the fandom to talk about for weeks on end or even months. This is something that we are doing with the upcoming season. We cannot wait and are thrilled to say that we have what we believe is the biggest twist in Star Wars history that is going to change how people view some of the beloved characters created by George." So, the one thing about Jon Favreau and what he's saying here right now is that essentially what they're doing is that they are crafting what is assumed to be the biggest twist in Star Wars that could very well be even all the more surprising than the "I am your father" moment in The Empire Strikes Back. Now, we already know that Disney kind of promised things like this with the sequel trilogy, and it really didn't pan out all that well. Episode 9 and that reveal of the whole connection between Rey and Palpatine, it wasn't really all that surprising when Kylo Ren unveiled that news to her, right? A lot of people just thought it was like, okay, so she's a Palpatine. People just kind of thought it was cool, but nothing that really, thrilled the fan base, that really had them talking about it and engaging in conversations with other people about it for multiple weeks or months. It wasn't really that big of an impact like that. So that's what Jon and Dave are now trying to do with The Mandalorian Season 3. They are trying to do exactly what George did in The Empire Strikes Back, and they're working with George Lucas on a major twist and or turn that is going to be on that same exact level, if not better. So, past all of that, he goes on to state that we are really taking this in a proper step and gathering the time to make sure that the choices that we make are respectful to George and even Lucas. Is very excited for what we have discussed with him for these big revelations coming to the third season of The Mandalorian. It's our job to make sure that we respect both George and the fans together. We know how much Star Wars means to the people around the world, and we are not going to let people down. That I can promise you. With our other projects, we really want to embrace these twists and turns and make sure to use them sparingly, while at the same exact time creating the building blocks of how we can use those revelations to expand to other levels in the Star Wars world. We are proud to also say that we are going to be creating some exciting moments for Luke in the upcoming season, and how that's going to stretch to other projects that we are already in the works on, that we will be proud to talk about in the next couple of months or so for all of you to enjoy. So, what Favreau is basically also saying here is that they're going to be doing a lot of exciting material for Luke Skywalker and Mando Season 3. Now, does that have anything to do with the major twist and/or turn? That's the biggest question of all, right? It makes you wonder, what is Jon Favreau really alluding to here? Well, most likely it has to do with this, because separate from what Jon Favreau said, alright, this all alludes to a big game-changing twist that is set to involve both Grogu, Anakin Skywalker, and another Jedi from the prequel trilogy timeline that is going to be featured in The Mandalorian Season 3 in some way, shape, or form, that will provide the fans a big moment that is planned to be bigger than past Star Wars twists and turns. Now, the scene will entail all of these revelations that are already planned to begin filming sometime by the end of February, and will be one of the last scenes for the series that Filoni and Favreau plan to film for this year before they begin to work on Mando Season 4. These new twists and their turns are described to also create a ripple effect in the Star Wars timeline and how it impacts multiple characters. So that's another thing to really take into, thought here, is the fact that we have a big revelation coming our way that's going to involve Grogu, Anakin Skywalker, and another Jedi that is based within the prequel trilogy movies. Now, it really makes you wonder, who is the mysterious Jedi that's going to be a part of this twist? It could very well have something to do with Mace Windu. We already know that Lucasfilm has a lot of game-changing plans to throw in Mace Windu into The Mandalorian Season 4 as his elderly version of himself, if you will. That's one big thing that's coming our way for 2023 next year during the holiday season, so keep your eyes open for that as well, because Samuel Jackson is coming back from Mando Season 4. We will be learning more and more about that as we get through this year of 2022. So, the other thing that I think a lot of fans need to be aware of as well is that they're not just focusing on one twist and turn. They're focusing on multiple revelations in Mando Season 3. This, of course, being one of them that involves Anakin, Grogu, and or Mace Windu, or whoever this mysterious Jedi is that is from the prequel trilogy timeline. Now, we already know that there's a lot of flashback scenes coming our way for Mando Season 3. If you like the flashback format in the Book of Boba Fett, you're going to like that in Mando Season 3, because they're going to be doing that with the character of Grogu. We're going to be learning more about those dark, hidden, locked away memories, as Ahsoka Tano stated, that he has, that is actually going to come to light in the third season of The Mandalorian. So that's another exciting thing to really think about, is the fact that these revelations are not going to only impact Grogu, but multiple characters across the entire Skywalker saga timeline. So overall, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.